Hey traders, Marcello here, founder of the Day Trading Academy. Today, we're going to be talking about the best books to learn how to trade. So, one of the things that I think most people don't understand about learning how to trade. Obviously, I've tried to be a little bit transparent in actually talking about what it takes to become an actual trader. I think that most of us think that you're just going to buy a course for a few $100s and the next day you're going to become an amazing trader. Joseph, véngate para acá, porfa. I'm going to show you some of the open positions that I have right now. At the moment, I have the list of books here, but at the moment you guys can see I'm probably down just over $30,000 or $40,000 negative at the moment. And I think that everybody thinks that in the industry you're just going to start making all kinds of money all the time, and you do lose money, right? And you can lose a lot of money. I know a lot of traders that have blown out big accounts, have gone bankrupt. So I want to show you guys this on purpose to kind of reflect that. Obviously, you guys should know day trading is risky and previous results aren't necessarily indicative of future results, but I think it's important to just kind of throw it out there. Now, there is huge benefits to the upside, and I think everybody kind of knows that, and that's the reason why everybody's attracted to investing in the stock market and trading. But that's one of the things that I do want to let you know of. Now, one of the things I want to make clear as well is that, in my humble opinion, I've been in this business for almost 16 years now. I believe that day trading is 85-90% psychological and 10-15% technical. Now, the majority of us, including myself when I first started, think that the technical is the most important thing, right? And I'm going to get into a little bit of the psychology aspect as well, which I think is really important. So we go around looking for strategies, we go around looking for indicators, we go around looking for the best guru, all the time, right? And we as humans gravitate towards finding this kind of holy grail system, right? Or these black bots, green arrow, black arrow, red arrow systems that are going to automatically tell us where to get in and out. At the end of the day, if it was that easy, everybody would do it, right? So everybody's kind of focused in that respect. But nobody's focused on the 80-90%, which I consider to be the most important aspect, and a lot of reasons why people fail. And that's the psychological aspect. So we spend 90% of our time focusing on the technical and 10% on the psychological, maybe even less, right? Maybe 95-5, whereas actually should be the opposite way around. The reason why I kind of start this video with that information is because some of the books that I'm going to recommend are going to be more psychology based or more in the field of getting to know oneself, not necessarily self-discovery, because I think that thinking positive and not, everybody thinks that the secret, you just lay in your bed is, I'm going to be a millionaire and then tomorrow it's going to happen. I'm sorry, that doesn't work either. So I don't want you to think that, but I'm going to share with you some of the things that are going to open up your eyes a little bit in terms of how the body works, how the brain works, and how we can use that to our advantage to get to the point where we can become successful trading. Now, one of the things that you should know when it comes to being a successful trader or a successful person in general is that the subconscious mind processes information 10,000 times faster than the conscious mind. Google it, because there's done a bunch of research about it. So if we're going to learn how to trade, most of us are going to focus just on the conscious mind, like study, practice, 20 hours a day, oh yeah, these charts, yeah, I have to go, right? So nobody focuses on the psychological component or the subconscious mind. So I'm also going to recommend a lot of you guys books that are going to be things that are going to open up your mind a little bit in terms of how the human body works. Because if you guys really think, the amount of processing power that the subconscious mind is processing compared to what the conscious mind is processing is much, much greater. If you think about the brain, for example, you don't think about breathing. You don't think about using the restroom. You don't think about digesting your food. You don't think about pumping your heart to flow the blood that you need for your body. That's all subconscious. When a lot of us, for example, that drive, or you're going home in the subway or a bus, whatever you're taking, you don't think about where you're going, you just kind of get there. I don't know if you guys have, if you really think about it now, it kind of happens, right? Or those of you that take the subway in the Northeast or other parts of the world, you fall asleep on the train, but you wake up before your station all of a sudden, right? Obviously, sometimes we pass it and stuff, but you see what I mean? That's a subconscious mind. So I want you guys to realize that if you want to become successful traders, the strategy that you're using doesn't really matter. The kind of market that you're trading doesn't really matter, unless it's something like binary options, CFDs, or Forex, which I'm against totally. Or, the indicators that you use don't even matter. So I've met a million different traders that trade a million different ways, that combine indicators a million different ways, and it doesn't matter. So the first book I'm going to recommend is a book called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. This is a book of a plastic surgeon who became a psychologist and started to realize why, if two people have the same disfigurement on their face, why does doing surgery on one of them change their personality and their persona compared to another one that doesn't change automatically? It's because of the subconscious mind. So it gives you exercises. There's an exercise in there that they did where it's been a proven scientific fact that in your brain, the mind cannot tell the difference between an imagined situation and a real situation as long as you do the exercise properly. So they did exercises, for example, one was basketball players. They took two basketball players and two groups of basketball players, and one of them practiced just with their mind and the other one practiced physically, right? So physical is conscious mind, whereas the mind practice is subconscious, right? So if I'm not mistaken, they either improved equally as much, or I don't think it matters which one improved more than the other, but it goes to show that we need to practice that other side as well. I'm actually going to try to look it up here so I can tell you guys what the actual result of the thing was, because I think that's actually important. Another thing that's really important is they talked about a master at chess. So he basically, the way that this master practiced was in his mind. That's all he did. And he actually ended up becoming a world champion because that's the way he practiced. So I'm not able to find it here, so I'll try to find it here at the end of the video, just kind of add it on there. But I think it's important to realize that most of us don't really think about that part of practice, or that part of our, I don't know what you want to call that, intellectual development or development for whatever kind of thing you want to do in your life. But I think that's the most important thing, not only because the subconscious mind processes information a lot faster than your conscious mind, but also because the subconscious mind in a way is kind of like a kid that takes directions. Let's put it that way. If we have an autopilot on a plane and you don't give instructions to the autopilot, well, it's not going to know where to go, or it's not going to do the right thing. So that's the reason. I read this book when I was 16 years old, and it absolutely changed my life, my perception on the world. So if you want to learn how to trade, for me, it's more important to learn about psychology, not just trading psychology, but just psychology as it is, because it's going to be more important to learn about yourself and improve. Because if in your life you're not a disciplined person, you're not a patient person, you're not a persistent person, you're not going to be a good trader, right? Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, I think, is kind of the Bible that most people read. It's very, very good. It talks a lot about the situations in psychology and what you need to be able to become successful. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace, I believe Wattles. That's a good one that talks a lot about the mind. I did a video before about the books you should read. I'm not going to give you books on specific strategies because I think they don't matter, because any strategy applied that works can make money as long as you have the right operator, right? So Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Very, very good book. And I think the other three, which I think are a little bit more technical, Market Wizards by Jack Schwager, Market Mind Games by Denise Scholl, and then another one that I think, this is a really heavy read, it's called Thinking Fast and Slow by Danielle Kahneman. Those are the books I'd recommend, probably in that order, to be honest with you. I think those are probably the best books I think that you can read. And remember, to me, trading isn't about, it's not about making $1 million, guys. It's about being consistently profitable. So it doesn't matter the amount of money you make. If you make the right decisions, the money will come. And just remember, you can lose money. I took $25,000 in student loans. I lost it in a month. So I know traders that have gone bankrupt. So please don't risk any money that you can't afford to lose, like your mortgage money, things like that. Because obviously you have to be able to cope with the fact that you can lose it. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Don't forget to ask all the questions with hashtag AskMarcello, and I'll be happy to go ahead and pull those. And obviously don't forget to subscribe here on the channel as well. See you next time.